Hi, we're going to be talking about how to transition your cat to a new litter. My name is Amber Carr and I'm a certified animal trainer and pet expert. This is my cat Finnegan and this is my other cat River. Now I know personally how difficult it can be if your cat doesn't like the litter that they have or if the litter box is just not working out. Cat accidents in the house are no fun for anyone. I'm gonna help you learn how to properly transition your cat to a new litter and hopefully set you up for success with your cat when it comes to their litter box. Now there are plenty of reasons why you might want to switch your cat to a new litter. I know personally, I found out the hard way when my cat didn't like a specific litter that I was using. One of my cats started having accidents around the house, and so I quickly needed to figure out a solution to set my cats up for success. Now let me get into some of the other reasons you might want to be switching your cat's litter. Maybe your cat isn't a fan. If your cat doesn't like the litter that you're using, this is obviously a good reason to switch up your cat's litter. Some cats can be picky about textures, about smells. Some cats really don't like any added fragrance, and sometimes they just don't like if the litter gets stuck to their paws. Knowing that your cat doesn't like their litter or their litter box is a really good indication that you should switch to a new litter. A really easy way to tell is if your cat stops using the litter box or maybe starts using it a little bit less or potentially missing when they go to the bathroom. So if you're seeing that your cat is sometimes going in it, sometimes missing, this might mean that your cat does not like the litter that you're using. Sometimes the issue with the litter is the fact that it's not clean enough for your cat. Even if you can't detect an odor, cats have a much stronger sense of smell than we do, and it's important that we find the best litter for our cat. Now, maybe you need to switch your litter because you're not a fan. I know personally that dusty litters aggravate my allergies, but sometimes it could be really annoying to have a litter that tracks around the house, or sometimes maybe it just isn't working for odor control. Switching up the cat litter would be a great solution here. It's really about finding a balance between a litter that you love and your cat loves. Did you know that many conventional cat litters have a lot of health concerns associated with them? Your cat could have respiratory problems from inhaling too much dust. Sometimes cats can even ingest clumping clay litters, and that can cause some major stomach upset. These are some of the main reasons to stay away from some of those big conventional cat litters that you may see in the market. We recommend staying away from litters that have sodium bentonite listed as an ingredient. Recommend staying away from litters that have silica listed as an ingredient, and we recommend staying away from litters that have fragrances. Most notably citrus, eucalyptus, peppermint, and tea tree oil are all toxic smells to cats. Unfortunately, many cat litters are not great for the environment. A lot of conventional cat litter is neither biodegradable or sustainably made. There's a lot of people in this world that have cats, and so if everyone is using a litter that's not good for the environment, they're just filling up landfills with cat litter. Luckily, there are some eco-friendly cat litters out on the market, and we always encourage people to look into these options like pine, corn, and tofu when it comes to picking a cat litter for your cat. Caring for your cat can be quite an expensive journey when it comes to food, vet bills, toys, litter, and everything else combined. If your budget has become a bit tighter, you might be looking to switch to a more affordable option. However, if your budget has become more flexible, you might be looking to upgrade to a more environmentally friendly litter or one that's better suited for your cat. Although this isn't always the case, we have found that you pay for what you get, and this is no different when it comes to choosing a litter for your cat. If you think that making a switch is right for you and your cat, now it's time for us to discuss what types of litters are on the market and what might best suit you and your cat. Let's chat about some of the most popular litter options for cats on the market, including for those really picky cats. You can also find our full guide on cat litter options in the description below. Now, unscented clay litter is one of the most popular types of litter on the market. We're not the biggest fans of clumping clay litters because of safety concerns associated with them, most notably if you have a cat or dog that is prone to eating things. Consuming clumping litter can swell and block the digestive tract, which can lead to a very expensive vet visit and potentially even death. So it's really important to be cautious when using a clumping clay litter with different pets in your household. Having said that, clay litter does a great job of absorbing odor and absorbing moisture. In addition, cats generally like the feel of clay litter on their paws. It feels like sand to them, and that comes naturally to most cats when it comes to wanting to go to the bathroom on clay litter. The clumping action of clay litter makes it easy to scoop and easy to clean, and it's on the cheaper end of cat litters out there. If your cat doesn't seem to like their current litter, unscented clay might be a good option for you because many cats take to this type of litter very quickly. It's a really easy thing to clean, and so cats usually gravitate to a very clean litter box, and so this might be a good option for you and your cat. Walnut litter is a great option if you're looking for something natural for your cat. Walnut litter is made from shells of crushed walnut. It won't clump as well as clay will. It's a great natural and safe alternative to clay litter for your cat. This is a great option if you're looking for something that's easier to clean and less dust. Now, not all cats are going to love the feel of walnut litter. They might not love the feel of walnut shells on their paws. So while this option tends to be a good pick for most people who are looking for a natural and clean option, not all cats take to this really well. Tofu litter is growing in popularity, and for a good reason. Made from soybean product, tofu cat litter can be flushed down the toilet. Like seriously, it can go down the toilet. It disintegrates in water. It's super low tracking, it's environmentally friendly and absorbent, and it helps control odors. Because it's in the form of larger pellets and not sand, it actually tracks less than most cat litters out there. Tofu litter also clumps together without any safety concerns. For these reasons, we created our own version of tofu cat litter called Really Great Cat Litter. You can check it out in the description if you're interested. You can also check out our other video where we dive into everything you need to know about tofu litter. However, some cats and dogs seem to recognize that tofu is edible, and so some cats might try to actually eat the litter. This is why it's important to properly transition your cat to using a tofu litter so that they understand it's for using the bathroom in. If tofu or soybean litter is consumed by a cat in small quantities, like such as the size of a teaspoon, it can safely pass through them without any issues or concerns. But of course, we don't want this to become a regular occurrence. While tofu litter is a great option, this is just another reason why transitioning your cat to a new litter like tofu litter properly is so important. So let's talk about how to properly transition our cat to a new litter. No matter what litter you decide to go with, if you don't properly transition your cat, you're going to run into some issues. It's a delicate process to make sure that your cat transitions fully to a new litter, and so I'm going to show you guys the best steps to take when it comes to transitioning your cat to a new litter. So when transitioning your cat to a new litter, it's important to keep everything about the litter box the same. This includes every single detail of the box, like the box's location, but it also includes avoiding some major changes to your cat's day-to-day activity. We want to keep their routine as similar as possible so that the only thing changing is the litter. If you're wanting to transition your cat to a new litter box at the same time, this is not a great time to do that. Wait until your cat has fully transitioned to a new litter before introducing a new litter box. It's always important to get your cat comfortable with one change at a time. For example, perhaps you're adopting a second cat and you're thinking you want to change your cats over to a new tofu litter. This is great for the new cat, but don't make the mistake of also transitioning your first cat at the same time. Introducing a new cat to your house is stressful enough. We don't need to also introduce changing your cat's litter at the same time. If you're having people visiting, if there are any changes such as construction being done in your house, make sure you hold off on changing your cat's litter until everything is normal and back to your regular routine. Now, slow and steady always wins the race, and that's true for cats too. Cats are intelligent, and if you try to make an overnight change, your cat is going to notice. You'll have more success if you make the transition slow and gradual. Rather than changing the litter all at once, try gradually incorporating the new litter mixed in with the old litter. On the first week, go for an 80-20 ratio, and then the next 60-40. Over time, slowly increase that ratio until you're completely transitioned to the new litter. During the transition, I suggest keeping the old litter as the top layer of the litter. Now, this part is probably not going to be your favorite part, and I've actually done this with my own cats before. So I know we like to be clean, I know we want things to go well, but we want our cats to be comfortable and understand this is their litter box, right? If possible, you can try saving some old feces and putting a piece of that old feces from their old litter into their new litter. This will help your cat recognize that this is the place to go to the bathroom, especially when switching to a new litter. Now, don't forget about rewards. I'm a trainer and I love training my dogs and cats, but even if you are not a trainer, you can still reward your cat for doing the right thing. And that includes going to the litter box with their new litter. Anytime you see your cat approaching the new litter and attempting to go to the bathroom in the litter, I encourage you to praise your cat, and you can even use food and treat rewards to teach your cat that this is a good thing to do. Your cat will very quickly have positive associations with the new litter because you're making it a fun thing for them to do. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful and that you feel more confident when it comes to switching your cat's old litter to a new litter, and maybe trying out a new litter that's more environmentally friendly or just a better fit for you and your cat. While it can take some trial and error, with time and patience, you can end up in a spot where both you and your cat are happy with your new litter. Did we miss any tips for transitioning your cat to a new litter? If so, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear what has worked for you and your cat. If you're curious about any of the things that we talked about in this video, you can check out the links in the description below. You can find all the products shown in this video in the description, and we'll be having some new videos coming out to help you guys even more with your amazing cats at home. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Maybe send this to a friend that has a cat or is thinking about getting a cat and you want to set them up for success. Until next time, see you later, guys.